We're back with the best of Better Call Harry. Harry, tell us the story that put the Better Call Harry team over that $1 million mark when it comes to recovered funds.
All right, so absolutely. It's about a woman who went looking for a job online. She cleaned 11 homes, and she never got paid until an unlikely corporate hero saved the day.
I feel bad because I need my money, and I worked hard, and I did my best.
Carolyn Dials sits next to a worthless pile of paperwork, receipts for the cleaning supplies she had to buy, and a list of 11 homes and apartments she cleaned for free.
Cleaning is what I do. I don't mind doing it. It doesn't bother me. But if I do it, I want to be paid. I want my money.
She vacuumed, cleaned toilets, and wiped down everything.
Oh, it's looking up just cleaners.
So how did she find the job to begin with? Well, it started with a search on Facebook.
These are all the jobs here. And when you see a job that you want to apply for, then you just hit it.
Carolyn's online application was received by the Loft Cleaners. The online cleaning service texted congratulations and instructed her to log in online for her assignments. 11 cleanings, and weeks later, Carolyn had not received her pay, $600. Instead, she got a text that said, "Please don't call my phone again." She didn't, but we did. We suspect it's a scam because the Loft Cleaners is disconnected, even though it still advertises on sites like Amazon, Houzz, and Glassdoor. Eventually, Carolyn got this check from a D'Amber Jensen. It was for $100, and it bounced.
I'm not working for free.
All seemed lost until we connected with this man. Encore Vij is one of the 11 customers who hired Carolyn to clean his home.
How did you find this cleaning service?
So I went on Amazon.com and I looked for cleaning services in Sandy Springs.
Our last hope to get Carolyn paid was a call to Amazon. The company launched an investigation and then did the unexpected. Amazon cut Carolyn a check for $600.
Thank you so much for believing me, Mr. Harry. Thank you so much for your investigation.
After 6 months, it was great to hear Carolyn's reaction, but even better to see it in person.
Let's see that check.
Yes, I got my check. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, she was thrilled, Harry, and that was not an easy fix.
It was not. You know, Amazon tells us that they don't usually get involved in these kinds of disputes, but agreed that this case was egregious. And because of our investigation, Amazon kicked the cleaning service off of its site.
So, Harry, this next story got the state's Consumer Protection Division to actually investigate a roofing contractor. What did he do?
Well, he and his employees knocked on people's doors and said, "Hey, I can get you a new roof, and I'll get insurance to pay." He said it just like that, too. Insurance did pay, but months later, customers keep asking, "Where's my roof?"
This is all new to me because it's never happened before.
The first time we confronted Simply Roofing's Tom Bohan, his story didn't add up. Bohan was scrambling to finish a job 6 months behind. He blamed the delay on a rogue employee.
He took the check from the customer, and he's supposed to bring it into the office, and he endorsed it to himself.
It was last July when Mr. Bohan gave us a sob story about how one of his salesmen stole a $3,300 insurance check from a Simply Roofing customer. Bohan never filed a police report, but the customer did.
I emailed him, I called him.
Michael Miller says he tried for 6 months to get Bohan to respond. It took our involvement to get the job done.
As soon as you called that night, we got a phone call saying it was going to be done the following Thursday.
We take our quality control pretty seriously, and obviously this one slipped by.
Little did we know that this would be the beginning of one complaint after another, from former employees who claim they haven't been paid.
And what's wrong with the roof? It's leaking?
Yes.
To customers who signed over insurance checks and got nothing.
And you gave him how much?
11,000.
Once again, we stepped in to help Christina Urastogi. After months of delays, Bohan hired subs to do the job. He did a third of the work and never returned.
How did you find this guy?
One of his representatives actually found me one day.
And then there's Michael Hoovey from Columbus, Georgia. After Hoovey's insurance company approved a new roof, he signed over an insurance check for $9,000. It's gone.
You know, my wife and I are both teachers. His sign on his website says that it's veteran friendly and veteran owned. I'm a veteran that he just stole money from.
Mr. Bohan stopped returning my calls and texts. So first we went to his office, but no one has seen him there in weeks. And next we went to his house, a very nice house in Suwanee. No answer there. All right, so after this story aired, a man by the name of Todd Price, the owner of Perimeter Roofing, decided to help. He gave our veteran, Michael Hoovey, a brand new roof. Thanks again to Superior Roofing for doing what Mr. Bohan did not.
So I guess the takeaway here is if a storm damages your roof and you can get an insurance check for it, there's something you need to do.
Well, yeah, you want to hang on to that check. You also want to pay a deposit, but not a big deposit, maybe $1,000, and hold on to the rest until the work's done.
Do not pay for everything up front.
Nope, not at all.
Coming up, a former 911 supervisor dies waiting for her home warranty company to fix her AC. Her church pastor reached out to Harry for help.
And when you rent a place, you expect your landlord to fix the problem. But what happens when your landlord is the problem? Coming up, we investigate American Homes for Rent.
Welcome back to the best of Better Call Harry. Okay, so I have heard you say that you're not a fan of warranty companies. Why is that?
Because we get so many complaints about denied claims and because you don't get to pick the repairman, this is a story with a worst case scenario.
This is where I sit most of the time. You can't do anything when it's so hot. You just have to just more or less sit.
Martha Christopher is in her own personal hell. When her AC quit 2 months ago, the timing couldn't have been worse.
Got so warm I came in here to see what was going on. It's 88 degrees.
Martha was dealing with a family tragedy. Her daughter Kathy, a 911 supervisor with the Atlanta Police Department, was dying.
With a little window unit.
Their church family from Bethany Baptist in Snellville brought over a portable AC, but it wasn't enough to make Kathy's last days comfortable.
Well, she passed away of stage 4 liver cancer on June 13th.
Where was she?
Sitting over there in the chair.
Kathy died sitting in this chair near the portable AC. Weeks earlier, when the main system broke, Martha called her home warranty company, First American Home Warranty. Its protection guarantee says that if a covered system or appliance cannot be repaired, they'll replace it. First American dispatched its vendor, Total Air Care, 9 times over 2 months. We checked them out. They have 299 complaints, an F rating, and a warning from the BBB.
We just tried to go through the process.
Reverend Greg Smith with Bethany Baptist says he explained the situation to First American more than once.
One guy actually told me that if it was that much of an emergency, then I should call 911. And then another guy told me that he checked the weather where we were, and it really wasn't that hot.
After Kathy passed, Martha says First American offered her $1,500 and 2 nights in a hotel.
Disgusting.
Then Reverend Greg asked for our help, and this time the response was swift. After we got involved, First American Home Warranty reassessed the claim, and 3 days later provided Martha with a brand new air conditioner.
Is it on?
It's working.
I can't feel it yet.
Well, let's get up and let's go feel it. It's coming out cold?
It's coming out cold.
How's that feel?
It's great.
Her church family from Bethany Baptist joined in to cool things off.
Both sides are working good.
It's a fix that never would have happened without Reverend Greg Smith.
We have air conditioning.
Okay, so First American is not the only warranty company that viewers have actually complained about.
Not at all. We've received more than 70 complaints about 14 different home warranty companies. Folks, if you're considering a home warranty company, put your money into a separate account for repairs.
Harry, tell us about American Homes for Rent, because this is a company that you've done several stories about.
So imagine having Wall Street as your landlord. This is a company that is happy to rent you a home, but if you ask tenants, good luck getting anything fixed.
American Homes for Rent. Oh, anybody here?
American Homes for Rent does not have an open door policy. Not at its corporate office in Buckhead, where the odds of finding an unhappy tenant are good.
Are you an American Homes for Rent customer?
I am.
Connor Smith says he's been through 6 property managers.
It's a lot.
And still can't get his AC repaired. He expected more from a company that's taken in millions of dollars from Wall Street investors.
We have an unbelievable group of employees.
This is American Homes for Rent CEO David Singelin. His company's stock price is up, but what about taking stock in his tenants?
Do they fix anything?
What do you mean by fix?
As the water was coming up, I'm scooping, I'm pouring.
Nancy Moss is another American Homes for Rent horror story. When her Lithonia home backflowed with raw sewage, and when mold started growing on the walls, her landlord blamed her.
In the first roughly 14 months that we were in this house, we spent 2 months in a Motel 6.
And then there's Rick and Jennifer Adkins. Since moving into their Canton home 3 years ago, they've had a flood, they've had mold. The latest is a $1,300 landscaping bill for grass that never grew. To keep from being evicted, the Adkins paid half.
I've paid them $74,000 over the last 3 years. And this is what we have in return.
We've been trying to reach you guys a number of times because of the number of complaints we've received.
With more than 700 complaints and another 28 just to us, the BBB listened. It issued an alert for a pattern of complaints.
And y'all know that people are scamming you guys' homes and y'all not doing nothing about it.
Oh, and we almost forgot to mention the evictions. When scam artists figured out how easy it was to access the company's homes, they convinced would-be tenants to wire thousands of dollars and move in. But instead of working out a deal, American Homes for Rent took them to court and kicked them out.
Is there anything that American Homes for Rent can do to stop this from happening again?
Management won't give an inch. Evasive answers and no resolutions for the tenants we've tried to help.
What I can do is get your information and get it over to our media relations.
You have no media relations team because if you do, they don't respond or they're on vacation. I mean, I'm just being honest here.
Now, we should point out that you have made many, many attempts to get a comment from American Homes for Rent.
Yeah, that's right. We've called, we've emailed, we've even contacted one of their local attorneys, and we got nothing.
Coming up next, there needs to be a proper burial for this DSL line, and HOA president asks for Harry's help so he can rest his arm.
And this woman went to the ER after an accident. She walked out 8 hours later with whiplash, a back injury, oh yeah, and an $80,000 bill. Welcome back to the best of Better Call Me, Harry. We've all been there before. You sign up for internet or cable, you wait half a day for an installer who decides to cut corners and go home.
Pat Haley is the HOA president left holding the cable.
When was this done?
Back in November.
3 months ago, an AT&T technician installed this new line at the Highlands Ridge community in Vinings.
He just kind of stuck it in here. And the way they hooked it up.
A rush job? The DSL line was supposed to go underground. Instead, it's over everything.
This goes all the way out, across the road, and all the way down to this box down here. I don't want somebody to trip over the wire. I don't want cars running over it and ruin the thing.
Neighbors are giving Pat an earful over the eyesore. But with 10 or so unreturned calls from AT&T, what's an HOA president supposed to do?
So now the residents can walk through without tripping.
As long as I stand here all day and all night while they walk through here.
Yeah, you're the HOA president.
A short-term resolution, yes.
Yes, exactly, to let people through.
But for a long-term solution, Pat needs us.
I got an email just now from AT&T.
Okay, that's more than I got.
100 yards of DSL is about to go MIA.
We're trying to figure out when you're coming back to bury this cable that's been sitting out here exposed for 3 months. Oh wait, maybe this is him. Go ahead and answer it.
Hello?
That is an AT&T technician, and he's not just on the phone, he's here. leaving Pat speechless, to his residents' delight.
Way to go, Pat!
How's that for?
Did you contact him before you come out here?
I can't give you that information.
And talk about timing. Pat's term ends February 28th. Removing the line was the last thing on his list. A few hours later, the line was gone, underground.
I appreciate it, man. I really do.
So after we ran that story, the Better Call Harry team got emails from other residents with similar issues. Problems now resolved.
Hey, good work, Better Call Harry team. Wait a minute. Who is the Better Call Harry team?
Well, you know, we have like hundreds of people working on the All right, so basically it's Phil. Phil Riley. So thanks to you, our Better Call Harry team, Phil.
Okay, so we've all gotten surprise medical bills, Harry, but probably nothing like this.
Right, a Tucker woman gets into an accident. 8 hours later, she walks out of Atlanta Medical Center frustrated, and then she gets the bill, $80,000.
I can still see my car sitting there. Wow.
Tony Murray says the pickup truck that T-boned her on Lawrenceville Highway sent her into a financial tailspin.
So she hit me so hard that the engine dropped out of my car and my car just stopped.
The ambulance rushed her to Atlanta Medical Center, where intake listed it as an auto accident. Insurance industry experts say that designation most likely set off a series of charges at the hospital's maximum rate. First, a $22,200 base charge for being treated at a Trauma One facility. And each CT scan was thousands of dollars.
$4,522 for a CT scan of your head, $5,300 for a CT scan of your spine, $4,900 for a scan of your thoracic spine without contrast material.
It's like somebody went to the fanciest restaurant in town and ordered everything. For dessert, 4 ibuprofen at $300 a piece.
How much were those ibuprofen?
Over $1,200.
I've been practicing for 32 years. I've never seen anything as egregious as this.
Tony's attorney, Steve Reif, says the charges are ridiculous. He claims the hospital even charged his client for services she did not receive.
They charged her $1,830 for a private room. They never gave her a private room.
Tony was ultimately diagnosed with whiplash and soft tissue injuries. Her grand total for that? $80,067.31.
I'm being traumatized all over again.
After this story first aired, the hospital reduced the charges by $25,000 and now an additional $5,000. That brings the new total charges down to just over $50,000, but Tony's attorney says he wants it reduced to $8,000.
Harry, you were telling me this dispute's actually been going on for more than 500 days. Why is it taking so long to get things resolved?
Well, the hospital claims it's waiting for additional information. The attorney says he's provided everything that the hospital has requested.
I know you'll be following up,
We
so
will.
we'll wait for that. Well, coming up next, the 2 most memorable Better Call Harry stories of the year. First, a dying teen's wish to repair the bumpy road where she's being treated.
And then an 87-year-old's decades-long dream to become a United States citizen hits a 2-year snag. We hate snags.
Harry, let's wrap up our special with really 2 of your most emotional stories of 2019. You worked on this first one for more than a year, and you were trying to fulfill a dying teen's wish.
Yeah, this marks our largest single fix in terms of money, $300,000, and it is one of our most memorable.
When the city of Atlanta spends $327,000 to reconstruct a road on your daughter's behalf, it's a very big deal.
She's still making a difference. She's still touching lives.
This is a moment for Janice Middlebrooks and her family. It was 8 months ago on Sunday that her daughter Mackenzie lost a 5-year battle to cancer.
I can't think of a better way to remember her than this. So thank you.
One of Mackenzie's dying wishes was to fix the pothole-ridden street at the entrance to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta near Emory. We first spoke to Mackenzie about it last summer.
How many times have you been to this hospital?
Oh, I couldn't even tell you.
Give me an estimate.
Maybe
$300. We're about to turn on to the most difficult part of the hospital ride for me.
Mackenzie was determined to show the city of Atlanta how painful the bumps and the potholes were for the kids who were leaving the hospital after surgery. She wanted the repairs for everyone.
They're already in so much pain as it is.
The city of Atlanta did a patch job and promised a big fix. But after Mackenzie passed away last Thanksgiving, it took a little nudging from us. This past Friday, when Janice was having one of those days, she says she asked her daughter for a sign.
That's when I saw the messages from you saying to call you because, you know, you had great news and then the roads were going to get fixed. And I thought, okay, you know, message received.
The family is calling the street Mackenzie's Way because that was Mackenzie's motto. They are grateful to Mayor Bottoms and her staff keeping a promise.
You know, this is dear to her, and to see it happening is awesome.
So happy that she had made a difference, and I just wish that she could be here to see it in person.
And you helped make another dream come true, Harry, this time for an 87-year-old great-grandmother.
Right, she was a legal immigrant who waited years to become a United States citizen, and even we couldn't believe the issue that put everything on hold, her fingerprint.
I'm very proud. I'm very happy.
Dolores Carrion remembers her first flight to the U.S. from the Philippines. In 1999, she and her husband were visiting family. That's when she fell in love with the American dream.
And from that time on, from the tour that we had for 6 months here, I felt like I like to come back and enjoy life here.
Dolores now lives in Norcross, where you can find her playing Scrabble at the Lucky Shoals Community Center. After her husband passed away, she made the move to the States. She got her green card in 2011. But what she really wants is that certificate of naturalization, the one that says she's an American. Here's her son, Joey.
One of her biggest dreams is to be able to take her oath.
Dolores completed all the requirements. In 2016, she interviewed for citizenship and then hit a snag. Immigration couldn't get a clear thumbprint. Apparently, it's a common problem with seniors and people who work with their hands. Everything has been on hold until Joey saw this Better Call Harry promo, where we helped another immigrant.
I got it!
He came to us, we went to the folks at USCIS.
So in any case that somebody's applying for naturalization, they're required to provide evidence and documentation to ensure that they are qualified.
It was a simple fix. Because of the fingerprint problem, the last thing Dolores needed was a police report confirming she's not a criminal. She's not.
Great day.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much.
What is she? Well, she's about to become a United States citizen.
I'm grateful. I'm very grateful, really.
At the field office in Tucker, Dolores thanked the caseworkers who fixed the snag. For the oath-taking ceremony, they put her in the front row.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the playing of the national anthem?
Dolores depends on her wheelchair, but for this occasion, she stood up.
I hereby declare on oath.
She joined a room full of people who've reached the end of a journey.
So help me God. Congratulations to you all.
Dolores' children, her grandchildren, and great-grandchildren are already U.S. citizens.
All right, there you are, young lady.
So I guess you could say, welcome to the family.
Thank you.
Her certificate confirms
I will cry.
she is an American.
May I hug you? Thank you so much. Thank America for accepting me as a citizen.
Thanks again to Customs and Immigration Services for all of their help with this story.
Great ending and great work, Harry, as always. And we want to give you Harry's email address one more time for you to tell him about your story.
This is the best way for you to reach us, and we're pretty good at responding. Remember, pictures, video, and a brief description, it all helps.
The email to contact Harry with your problems, bettercallharry@cbs46.com. Thanks a bunch for joining us for the best of Better Call Harry.
And thanks to you, Gervier, for putting up with me for 3 years in a row.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, it has. And to all of you for watching CBS 46, we are getting results.
Stay with CBS 46 for more of Harry's fixes in the new year.